Sure, I'd be more than happy to, Chair. Thank you so much, and thank you, Laura, for being here. So Laura Schlesser has been the director of Fairgrounds Nashville for 2 months now. So, and I can tell you it's been a pleasure to work with her in that short time frame. We've had a lot of great discussions about really making the fairgrounds a community asset and an asset for the entire city, and she has taken that to heart and really just hit the ground running as soon as she got here. And so I'm very excited for all of you to have the same experience that I have had over the last couple of months in working with her, and I know that she will be happy to answer questions and talk about all the great things that are planned over there. So thank you, Chair.
Thank you. Director, if you will, would you just go ahead and tell the council a little bit about yourself and what you see as your vision over the next coming years for the Nashville Fairgrounds? Let me see. I think you're on now.
Is that good? Oh, much better. Well, thank you, Chairman Coleman and Councilman Sledge, for the wonderful introduction. And I'm really honored to have been invited to say hello to you all. Just as a little background, again, Laura Schlesser, recently moved here in August from Milwaukee, Wisconsin with my fiance and my daughter. We are thrilled. We are taking a lot of personal time to, learn all about our new city and kind of play tourist a little bit and just get to know all the different neighborhoods. I've had the pleasure of touring the 17th District with Councilman Sledge to really start to get to know our neighborhood and where the fairgrounds is and the whole Wedgwood Houston vibe. And it's been a pleasure to really start to get to know our environment that the fairgrounds is in. So thank you so much for the time you have spent with me to introduce me to your community there. I've had the pleasure again of being on staff for a little over 2 months, and I've come from local government in Milwaukee, and I have to say that I am very much enjoying Metro government. It is very efficient compared to where I come from. So it's been a pleasure. So some of the things that we've been working on in the last couple months to make at least a little bit of impact that first 90 days in and amongst getting to know people and making connections and learning about the fairgrounds and Nashville in general is to work on a roadmap. And part of that is working on a strategic plan. We've put together a planning team of fairgrounds employees who are looking at things like our mission statement and identifying and defining some values that we hold dear as an agency that will kind of define how we go about doing our business. We're also in the process of identifying all of our strengths and weaknesses and future opportunities and challenges, things that we can somewhat reliably predict over the next 5 years. And through that information and through some public input, we are going to be looking at identifying strategic issues and then strategies at how to address those over the next 5 years. We do want your input, of course. We do want public input in that process as well. We are right now in the midst of finishing up those key steps to identifying those components that I just named, as well as preparing a narrative to go along with that. And we'd like to present that in an open house type forum, invite people to the fairgrounds to take a look at the work that we've done to date on our strategic plan. A lot of it has been getting to know each other as a staff. They have been wonderful, and I can't tell you enough how much I appreciate the team that's there. They have been incredibly welcoming and very open to my questions and maybe some new ideas. And so I want to give them a huge thank you because they have been incredibly impactful in my short time here. The other exciting project that we are working on is the improvement plan. So in June of 2016, Mayor Barry, through your approval as well, the fairgrounds was given $15 million for improvements. We are partnering with the Parks Department, with Tommy Lynch and his team over there, So we have $12 million for the fairgrounds and $3 million for community recreational space. We're really excited about that partnership with Parks. That's kind of where we are right now. We have recently gotten our design team and our construction management team under contract, and we are moving ahead with some initial surveys of the property, topography, boundaries, and such. We're looking at moving right along and getting that community recreational piece started as soon as we can. That has, ideas are multi-purpose fields that can be used for a variety of sports, soccer, lacrosse, football, all sorts of field sports, and also looking at doing some initial design work for a greenway improvement, which will help parks with their connectivity with trails heading to downtown. So, looking at that, we also are looking at where we can put a dog park. We've heard through the residents over in Councilman Sledge's district that would be a really nice amenity. There's not too much green space in that area, so we're really encouraged that we will open up our property in a way that we will have community access. We want to bring more people to the fairgrounds. One of the things that we are doing very proactively right off the bat is starting to look at different event ideas that maybe we can go out and solicit that might be a good fit for the fairgrounds. Traditionally, we have been, people have come to us saying, wow, you have a great space. It's a very versatile space with all of the indoor and outdoor locations. So we're really lucky that way. And we're able to utilize our space in a variety of ways. And that's a huge strength of ours. So we're just starting to look and branch out a little bit to say what opportunities are out there nationally and bring some, be a little bit more proactive. Like I said, it may be identifying those opportunities in the next 2-3 years and bring some new things into the fairgrounds so that we can invite the community in to participate in some really neat events. So.
Okay, we want to go ahead and open up for questions. Council Lady Berkeley. Alan.
Thank you very much. In the last council term, we had a stack of master plans and alternatives and things like that. How does your strategic plan interact with the different scenarios that were put forth in the master plans?
Council Lady, thank you. That's a good question. It is absolutely not a master plan. I know that there are several plans that have been done over the years, and this actually is much more of an, almost like an operational view, how we do business. Some of the things, I'll give you some examples of some of the things that we're identifying. The need for an updated policy and procedure manual, looking at performance measures, metrics. How do we do what we do, and how can we position ourselves in either the Metro Nashville or even the Middle Tennessee event venue market? What steps can we take in the next 5 years to position ourselves really well in that market to draw business here to Nashville, specifically to the fairgrounds? So it's much, I guess I would say it's more operational based of what we're currently doing and how we do our business and how to grow our business and how to be fiscally sustainable over the long haul. Those are the types of things that we're looking at in the strategic plan.
Any more questions from council members? Well, one of the questions that most people would like to have some comment on is the racetrack. And I know that was not a part of the allocation, but as far as you know, what are the intentions of the board and the administration, as far as you know, in terms of maintaining the racetrack at the fairgrounds?
That's a great question. We haven't dove into the racetrack as of yet. As far as it relates to the improvements. We are looking primarily right now, like I said, at the community recreational space in phase 1, as well as improvements in infrastructure to our existing buildings. So we haven't really dove into that, but we were certainly, you know, I'm sure those discussions will absolutely happen, working with the Fair Board and the administration on all the amenities that are at the fairgrounds.
Okay. So there's no conversation, as far as you know, in terms of doing away with the racetrack part of the fairgrounds?
Chairman, no, not at this point. And actually, the Fair Board has extended the contract for the current racing promoter for 2017.
Right. And as far as you know, the gun show issue that we experienced a few months ago, we've gotten to a settlement point on that, if you know.
My understanding, Chairman, is that that is still an ongoing legal issue, but we are following the board adopted policy. At this point, we will not have any gun shows after the first of the year.
Okay, okay. Are there any other questions? Well, we want to certainly thank you. We know it's late, sometime Budget and Finance run over, and we had another different kind of presentation, but a fun presentation, and it sort of kicked ours back. So we lost some of our members, but as a body, we do appreciate you. We look forward to your exciting new vision and exciting time with us. And we look forward to having you back anytime you would like to come back and give us an update. So thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you, members.